Hello there, RC here. I'm going to do a video on the ports for naval movement and naval units printed on the map for Global War 36 version 3. It's a little bit different than version 2, as you can see. Version 2, we only had 2 bases. It was this one and this one. And now we've got a total of 6 here. And then they also already had seaplanes and submarines in version 2, but they're a little bit different than these other 6 I'm showing there. And these 2 here are just an example of 2 different forms of this naval port you can use. Some of them are printed with naval port, naval base. Doesn't matter. The symbol's all the same. Use whichever one you want. Alright, now I'm going to just fly around on the map here and show you a few. I haven't found any of these seaplane bases here anywhere printed on the map, but everything else is. So I'm just going to show you a couple of examples here. Now, I don't want to knock all my stuff over. Now, as you can see, there's a submarine base and a minor port here. And notice that the chips are much larger. This is the same all across the map here. These are printed nice and small, so you can squeeze them in there without taking over the whole thing and making the island disappear. All right, but if you are going to be placing them, be aware that they're going to be much larger. All right, so you got a submarine base, you've got a minor port. Now if we go over to the Hawaiian Islands, you can see that they've got a major dockyard. Up here in southeast Alaska, you can see an example of a minor dockyard. And then here in British Columbia, you can see both a minor and a major port at the same time. And now, can I get them in there on the same screen here? Let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, wrong way. All right. Now here you can see a minor shipyard and a major shipyard. There's also airfields, but I'll cover those in a separate video. All right. So let's whip over to here and take a peek at some of this stuff. Now, these are the primary bases over here that you're going to find. And in the rules, you're going to be reading about majors and minors. It's fairly simple to understand with the color code system. Anything in white is a minor. Anything in blue is a major. All right, so that's ports, have the anchor symbol, minor, major. Dockyards, this ship in a dry dock looking thing, that is minor, major. Shipyards, minor, major, right? Simple enough. Now, for the most part, this is going to be relatively easy review, but at first glance with these extra ports, I was a bit confused. So let's just break it down into this. We'll focus first on the naval ports. First we're going to focus on Lend-Lease and Supply. When it comes to Lend-Lease, all the minors, no matter what kind they are, have a limit of 3 or less to send or receive in Lend-Lease. So $3 or a unit worth $3 or less. All right? Coming or going. Movement bonus. There is nothing. No movement bonus for the white ones, the minors. Supply path. These are not counted as supply paths in the minors. You can upgrade these though, however, so they can all be upgraded to a major version, as you can see here. All right. So that's the Lend-Lease and supply path. And movement bonus covered for the minors? No. Movement bonus is a yes for these ones, all in blue. And the movement bonus is +1, regardless of which shape or icon is used for these major ports. Ports, dockyards, and shipyards, they all give a movement bonus of +1 to any vehicle that's a naval unit. So any transports, capital ships, subs, destroyers, you name it, every single one of them gets +1 movement. Doesn't matter if there's 1 or 100, so long as it starts at this port, or this dockyard, or this shipyard. All right. Same thing applies to seaplanes. They get a movement bonus of +1. It does not extend their combat air patrol bonus or movement. It's just when they're flying from one place in a straight line to another. Gives them an extra move. All right. So that pretty much covers the ports, major and minor. That's all their abilities. Now with the dockyard, the only thing that's different is the dockyard's got the ability to repair a capital ship. The miner's got a slot for 1 repair, and the major's got a slot for 5 repairs. All right. Now, both the ports and both of the dockyards can be built in any land zone on the map. Obviously, you want to build it on a coast, but it can be built on any land zone on the map. There's no specification other than that I could find. Miner shipyards are just like a dockyard. They can repair. They have 1 slot. They can either repair or they can build any ship at all except for a capital ship. All right? But they only have 1 slot, so they can either repair or build. All right? Have to be connected to a supply path to do that. Now, the major shipyards, the only difference between them and the miners is these have to be built in home country. They have to be connected by rail to a major factory in the home country to be able to build anything. They are allowed to build any Navy ship, sub, or anything along that line that floats in water. Can be built at one of these places here. Capital ship, not capital ship, heavy battleship, heavy carrier, doesn't matter. You can build them, but there's only 5 slots to build them, right? So you can only build 5 ships here of any kind. Or you can repair 5 damaged ships or damaged points off of ships. You can't do both, right? So you can repair 3 and build 2, or you can build 3, repair 2, or just build 5, or only repair 5. But you can't do both, all right? At the same time, you only got 5 slots. Everything else here, everything you see on this whole screen here, can be built anywhere on any land zone except for this. This is the only one that's got stipulations. The major, the major shipyards can only be built in home country. So now let's move on to these specialty bases. The seaplane and the submarine. Sorry about the shakiness here. The seaplane gives a movement bonus to seaplane bases only. That's all it does. That's it. It's not a supply path. It's not a Lend-Lease route. It's not a, subs can't get a bonus from that. You can't get a movement for battleships. Fighters don't get extra moves. Only seaplanes. All right. That's it. It's super cheap. You can build it anywhere, and it's available only to seaplanes. Seaplanes can also scramble 3 from this, but that's it. Submarine base is exactly the same as a seaplane base. It's only for subs. You can't build anything here. It's not a supply path. It doesn't give a movement bonus to anything except for a sub, and that's its only purpose. And I believe that's the only reason these things are blue as well. All right, that's my synopsis for ports and bases and Navy unit bases. So we got our, just to go over this last second here, miners in white, build them anywhere, right? Majors in blue, build them anywhere except for the major shipyard. And then specialty bases only apply to that specialty unit printed on the map. Anyway, this is RC saying see you later. Thanks for watching. As always, you got any comments, throw them in there. I like getting a little bit of interaction. If there's something you want me to cover a little bit better, or something else you want me to cover entirely, let me know. I can't read your minds. Anyhow, RC here saying see you later. Have a good game.